Yo, how's it going, bro? You right? By the way, you know what's happening tomorrow? Guess what's happening tomorrow? Yeah, I'm good as well, man. Guess what's happening tomorrow? I'm going to run with Michael Bisping. That's what's gonna happen. Unless he doesn't turn up. Hopefully, he will turn up. And hopefully, we wouldn't have a lot of people, so we can have good interaction with Michael Bisping as well. The UK card, man, that's the UFC Fight Night card, by the way. Evloev is fighting Murphy. That's the main event. And then there's some other events, some other fights as well. Yeah, so Michael Bisping is he actually just posted something on Instagram relating to him running with a couple of guys. So it's like an open invitation. So if anyone in the UK is actually willing to run with Bisping, they're welcome to come. He's starting the run from Hilton, and I don't know how long the run is, but it's not gonna be anything crazy. It might be like 5K or something like this. I don't know, it might be longer, but I'm pretty sure you can actually run as much as you want. If you feel tired before that, you'll be free to leave him as well. And then he was saying that you'll be allowed to record the videos and stuff as well if you want to do anything like this. So if I can actually meet him tomorrow, I can probably get to do a small interview as well, as long as I have space, I have time. So that would be fun. Do you want to do that, by the way? Depends on like what you're doing tomorrow. It's 11 o'clock. If you want to go meet Michael Bisping, that's like one of the opportunities. You can get to meet the legend, ask him questions, whatever. By the way, dude, if you're looking at the card, yeah, that is a good opportunity, especially for the guys who like producing content or like guys who want to make it to the UFC or like some other higher organization. I think it's good for them because they can ask him questions regarding that. Anyway, do you want to talk about the how many fighters do you actually know from the main card? So it's Movsar Evloev is fighting Lerone Murphy on the main card. That's the main event. I'm picking Evloev in this fight. So I'm picking Evloev in this fight, but I think it's going to be like a close fight. I don't think it will be like a finish. Lerone is pretty good defensively. He's good at defending the takedowns. He was able to defend the takedowns from Aaron Pico, although it was just the first round. Um, and he can surprise you with something tricky, just like he did in the last fight with the spinning elbow. But here's the thing: even Lerone is not like a one punch KO sort of artist. He's a point fighter, more like a point fighter. Last fight he did get a knockout, but he doesn't normally do that. The only reason why I think Mozart Evloev would have an edge over Leron Murphy is because Leron was getting taken down by Dan Ige, I believe. I hope I can find the record of those guys. Actually, I hope I can find the fights that they had before, so I can actually tell you the guys that he has faced. Let me put it up actually on a separate page. Leron Murphy MMA record. But I think it's gonna be like one of those fights. Remember last time I was talking about this fight, I was like, dude, Moser Evlo is gonna take him down and it's gonna stay on top of him like a wet blanket, and all the fans are gonna be like, this is boring. He's hugging him for like 5 rounds. What is this guy doing? Dagestani style. These guys are boring. They don't do anything. He doesn't know how to finish. I mean, even in the comments that you read on Instagram are like this. When Moser Evlo is like, be ready. I'm gonna bring it, and all the comments are like, "Be ready for what? 5 rounds of hugging? That's that's crazy." But I think it's gonna be a good fight, and I think people will be surprised how entertaining that fight would actually look like. I feel like they're gonna have some movement. They're gonna have some moments in the fight where Leron is kind of like hurting Mosar. And then there'll be moments in the fight when Mosar would be close to finishing Leron Murphy. I think you might actually be able to see something like that. But anyway, I've got the record of Larry Murphy. So we got Larry Murphy versus Aaron Pico. That was the last fight. We got a beautiful spinning elbow knockout. And the one before that, so that was in the first round. I mean, it was all the hype. Because Moser isn't boring. He really gets nice. He's not boring. That's what I'm saying. He gets nice takedowns, but it's just people actually watching the fight because this guy does not have a finish in the UFC. He doesn't have a finish in the UFC, right? So everybody's like, what is gonna finish anyone? He couldn't finish anyone. But the thing is, he's just been unlucky. He's been able to take people down. He's also improved his ground control, and that's why he's been able to control people like Aljamain Sterling. The guy's a former champion, guys. I'm not just talking shit, all right? Don't think that I'm some stupid guy just dreaming about this stuff. He controlled Aljamain Sterling. And the fight before that with Arnold Allen, Okay, it was a close fight, but he was taking him down repeatedly. He did take him down, but the only time he got actually hurt was that he got kneed while he was down. Actually, it was a knee to the down opponent, which is not even allowed, and then he started bleeding. Yo, Tada, how's it going, bro? How's it going? Yo, you got the same pick, right? I saw your video about that. Yes, most of Evloev. I think it's gonna be like one of those close fights where some of the fans might actually be disappointing at the fight. They might actually not like the fight, say like it's boring and stuff. But I still think he gets it on. I just think he's so good, man. Aljo was really good. That's what I'm saying. Like Aljo had good wrestling, but Mofsar even out. Like Aljo did take Mofsar down. I don't think Mofsar was actually expecting Aljo to have that sort of good wrestling because Aljo moved from 135 to 145. But Mofsar had better control on the ground. Watch like when Aljo is taking him down, Mofsar is reversing him like a few times. Mofsar does it, and Mofsar clearly wins the fight. The fight before that with Arnold Allen, that many people actually did not like the results of the fight because they actually thought that Arnold Allen did like a clean knee on Mofsar, which actually hurt him. But to me, that was like an illegal knee. It was a close fight, but Mofsar out wrestled him as well, took him down many times. I did. He beat Diego Lopez, by the way. Diego Lopez is the guy who got title shot twice, and Mofsar was lighting him up on the feet, and he was taking him down as well and controlling him and staying on top and like playing safe jiu-jitsu from top. Yeah, yeah, close. I think it's going to be close because Mofsar hasn't finished anybody yet, so I'm not going to expect him to finish this fight. We could see potentially see a finish. Like Lerone could actually just get like desperate and be like, I really want to get up, and then expose his neck to Mofsar. I think this could be the way that Mofsar finishes. Otherwise, it will just be like a. I think it'll just be like the fight that people might not even like. I thought Aljo won that, but I have to rewatch. Dude, that was a close fight. You know what? I'm not gonna lie, that was a close fight because Aljo did have some nice takedowns. I feel like Mofsar's control is better. Like if you watch the fight, right? Aljo did get the takedowns, but he doesn't control. He couldn't. Aljo's control normally is very good, but in that fight, he just wasn't able to get that going. Uh, Christ, yo, how you doing, bro? You're watching the card. You're watching UFC. Night London. What's your pick? Um, yes, nobody talks about Mofsar versus Diego Lopez. See, nobody actually talks about it. The thing is, because that fight happened very early in the career of Diego Lopez, and Mofsar just had a habit of getting injured. Like he didn't compete much after that fight. He only had like 3 to 4, I don't know, like 2 fights maybe after that fight, and Diego had like a bunch of fights. That's one of the reasons. But Mofsar did pretty good in that fight. Diego had some good tries, some good sneaky triangle tries from the bottom. He tried to get that armbar as well, but Mofsar was slick. He stayed safe, controlled him, decisive victory, top control. I just played Geometry Dash. That's all. Oh my god, I don't even know where Geometry Dash. I don't remember the last time I actually played a video game. It was probably Assassin's Creed that I played. Geometry Dash. Okay, Geometry Dash. Okay, I might have seen this actually. I don't know what's the purpose of this game. Video game developed by Swedish gamer. It was released by, I don't know what you do in that game. But yeah, sounds cool. All right, so okay, if you look at Lerone Murphy record, he beat Aaron Pickle. Nobody actually expected him to beat Aaron Pickle like that because UFC was trying to hype Aaron Pickle up, right? All the hype was behind Aaron Pickle. This is like a new hot guy coming from Bellator. And Aaron Pickle had good wrestling. He had very good hands as well. I'm not gonna lie about this. He just ran into the punch like he just fought stupidly. Like Mofsar doesn't fight like this. Like even the takedown that Mofsar shoots, he goes a bit low, right? And his takedowns are sort of tricky. It's good. He mixes it well with the striking. That's what he's good at. With Aaron Pickle, it looks like he was just trying to put constant pressure on. There was no setups. He was just trying to run into him, and he thought he could muscle him. He could just do that with him, but he couldn't. He couldn't actually do that. He ran into a beautiful spinning elbow, and actually Murphy was looking at him because he saw the pressure that he was trying to put on. He was like, "I'm gonna get him with that." A really hard game. I beat a lot of demons. Dude, beat the demons because demons are fucking bad guys. Demons are evil. God is the truth, and demons deserve to die. So kill as many demons as you can. I give you praise for that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So with Josh Emmett, Lerone Murphy was able to outstrike him again. Uh, Livey CFC. Hey guys, how's everyone? I'm doing good. How you doing, by the way? Are you watching the Fight Night card? Okay, and then you have Lerone Mercy. Lerone Murphy versus Dan Ige. I mean, this is the fight that actually makes me think that Mostert is actually going to beat him. Although his defense, Lerone Murphy's defense, has been on point most of the fights. But this fight with Dan Ige, he was getting taken down. Like, he did get taken down in this close fight. So if Dan Ige can take him down, this makes me think that Evloev is going to be able to take him down. Yo, Livy, you're doing good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. You know what's cool? What's cool for tomorrow? Tomorrow I'm actually going running with Michael Bisping. That's what I'm doing tomorrow. That's going to be one of the coolest things. I hope it just goes as planned. I hope it just works out. Bisping turns up. I turn up. I hope I just wake up early in the morning and I can make it to that. Okay, then Lerone Murphy also beat Edson Barboza. Lerone Murphy beat Gabriel Santos. So Makwan Amirkhani. I mean, his resume is pretty good, dude. I'm not gonna lie about his resume. It is pretty solid resume Lerone Murphy has. Now I'm gonna check out the resume of like Movsar Evloev. Smugglers, how you doing, man? How you doing? Okay, resume of Movsar Evloev. Movsar Evloev, MMA record. He's beaten some pretty solid guys as well. Let me just check out. Guys, which one of you guys actually wakes up early in the mornings and goes to sauna or like cold showers, cold plunges? You know, I can spend a lot of time in the sauna. I can spend like an hour and 50 minutes in the sauna. That's probably my best. I spent all the time. I didn't take a break. I literally did press ups in the sauna. What else did I do? I did planks in the sauna. But the only thing that I don't like is the cold plunges. I just don't think I'm built for this. I just don't think it's for the brown guys. I think it's hard for us guys. Like sitting in sauna is completely fine. I'm used to heat. I've been in 50 degrees. It's not a problem for me. But when it's about cold plunges, it's difficult. Oh, you do that, Libby. That's pretty good. Well, which one do you do? Do you do sauna or do you do cold plunges? Just healing up from some facial damage, you know how it is recovery phase. Yeah, dude, that's what it is. I mean, if you follow my TikTok, you can see my facial damage. Really, right now my face is so pretty because I'm not doing any training right now when it comes to like boxing or MMA. I'm not doing anything for like the last 6 weeks. I haven't done anything because I tore my meniscus. But before that, when it's like the sparring phase, especially when I'm training for like an inter club or something like this, dude, it's busted sometimes. I do sauna prefer the heat. Oh yeah, sauna is really good. And by the way, both of those things are very good for recovery. So sauna and cold plunges are very good for recovery, both of them. And for men, sauna is really good because it raises your T levels. So your testosterone levels goes up by like a massive amount, which is pretty good. Okay, we're looking at the record of Movsar Evloev right now. Okay, so the last fight that he had was against Aljamain Sterling, who is a former bantamweight champion, and Movsar was able to finish him. Sorry, not finish him. Movsar has never finished anyone, like able to decision win him. You need to fix your nutrition, your minerals and vitamins, and the stuff that helps your tendons heal and feeds your bone marrow. The pain feedback signals from hot cold therapy will start to balance out. Exactly. That's actually a good explanation. That is a tendency to feed your bone marrow. The pain feedback signals from hot cold therapy will start to balance out. So what is that even like? Decision only sucks on a fight record, right? Yeah, that's what people are saying. Like that's why he's not getting the title shot because he's winning by decision. But I say to guys, dudes, okay, it's not entertaining. Okay, I get it. It's not very entertaining. But he's winning. He's won all the fights. He's undefeated. Yo, Matthew, how's it going, bro? You're right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, and you know what? I like his fighting style. I just wish he could finish at least one fight, but he just can't finish it. I think he's just getting unlucky because his takedowns are actually good. Like the way he actually goes for the takedowns, the double leg shoots are like one of the best. You know, like Hamza shoots for the double leg. Hamza's got the best double legs, man. He's shooting from like 8 feet. He's covering all the distance. But Mofsar is like another guy that I appreciate a lot. I was like, he does really good. But working on recovery nutrition is grandma science, not creating pre-workout and protein and feeling swole and sore. So you're saying working on recovery nutrition is actually really good. That's better than not creatine, pre-workout, and protein, and feeling swollen sore. So you're saying it's better than creatine and protein? Is that what you're saying? Bait Live, amazing gift card only. Amazon gift card only. All right, Amazon gift card only. Oh, fake. For Brian just missed watching Gustafsson and GSP. Oh, Gustafsson and GSP, man, those guys were amazing. Yeah, still miss them, especially GSP. I mean, also Gustafsson had a very close fight with John Jones. Gustafsson had a good resume. He had a close fight with Daniel Cormier as well. He beat the shit out of Glover Teixeira, who ended up becoming the champion later on. I would say Gustafsson is one of those guys who had tremendous wins but could never become the champion. Was just unlucky. Very close fight with John Jones. Could have gone either way. Definitely won the first 2 rounds. Could have given him the third round. Had amazing fight with Daniel Cormier. Dropped him. Took him down. Took Daniel Cormier down. Daniel Cormier, Olympic wrestler. Gustafsson took him down. Never did wrestling in his life. The afterglow of workout comes from the micros as well as macros. Basically, it's why people who lift really heavy get diet plans from a nutritionist who analyzes your whole food bioavailability for supplements. Dude, I understand that. I've never actually done it myself. I think it would take a lot of time as well. Like if you have like a proper nutritionist, and then you have to pay him as well, I guess. Like that stuff. I understand that for like the guys who are actually training really seriously, probably training at like a pro level, fighting in some good organization. But for myself right now, like I'm training, I'm trying to get the fights and stuff, like I do into clubs and stuff, competitions and stuff, jiu-jitsu competition, wrestling and stuff. But for me, I guess nutritionist right now, maybe if I make it to like a decent level, I will probably get a nutritionist then. And Smiger, and can't forget about Anthony Johnson. Oh my god damn it, dude, god damn it, that was holy shit. That was, when he dropped Alexander Gustafsson. Gustafsson is a legend, but that's also one of the fights that he lost. He had a title shot chance against Anthony Johnson. Anthony Johnson slept him bad. He had that power, man. And that guy fought in different weight classes. Like this guy, dude, he was fighting at, wasn't he fighting at like 170 at one point? He was fighting at 170, then he fought at then he moved to like 205. Like that's crazy. And then he fought in Bellator as like a heavyweight. Who's built like that? I mean, tell me who's built like that. Anthony Johnson is the guy who's fighting in 4 different weight classes. 170, 185, 205. And then he's fighting at heavyweight. That's insane. Yes, I saw him punch DC. Dude, how DC is like a ball. It's like a ball rolling over. But you know how hard it is to move a ball? Like you can move it, you can throw a tennis ball, you can throw a bowling ball, but look at DC as a ball. If DC was like a bowling ball, would you throw him? Would you even dare to throw him? Would you even dare to touch him? I wouldn't even go close to DC. Anthony Johnson could fuck anyone up in his prime. Dude, that motherfucker was bad. He was bad. A good multivitamin and your current knowledge of healthy food like fruit, veggies, and lean protein. Just Google each body part organ for the best supplements on market, and you have your grocery list mod. Dude, you know what? I think that's I think that's pretty smart, to be honest. I think that is smart. I think that's something that I need to take advice on. DC said Anthony Johnson hit him the hardest. Yeah, DC actually did say that. DC did get hit by Alexander Gustafsson pretty bad as well, but Anthony Johnson had a different. Gustafsson was more like a combination puncher, right? And Gustafsson was more technical than Anthony Johnson, I would say. Like Gustafsson would do uppercuts and like he's beautiful boxing. The footwork was amazing, but Rumble Johnson had speed and he had that power. Lord's champion is saying hi, Panjit. Hey, I'm not even Panjit, dude. Come on, you came to my last live. It's not Panjit. Ahmed, I know I look like a Panjit, but I'm not. Ahmed Kalu is saying hi. Yo, Ahmed Kalu, how you doing, man? Smugger is saying Prime Anthony Johnson would smoke Prime John. Okay, this is the fight that the fans wanted to see. Let me just analyze this fight, right? Let me just analyze this fight. Here's the thing. John Jones' IQ level was so good. This dude was able to figure everybody out. And when he thought that he might actually lose the fight, he was like, okay, I'm going to take steroids. And I'm going to take as many steroids as possible. Whatever can get me the victory. So he would do anything to actually win it. So I think against Rumble, he would have just taken enormous amount of steroids. But regardless of the steroids, right? John Jones actually had very good IQ level, and he would have actually tried to piece him up. He would have tried to stay outside. Now on the flip side, Anthony Johnson did have a lot of power, and we know John Jones could get hit. And even though Jones was a good wrestler, but he didn't have the takedowns like DC. Like DC was so good at getting the leg. Jones wasn't as good. He was defensively very good. He had good takedowns, but not as good of a shot as like DC, I would say. So you never know. Maybe Jones could have lost that fight, but I guess if I had to put my money on it, I would have put money on John Jones. I think he would have found a way in that match. Heavyweights, it's a lot to maintain a super lean physique because all that muscle, like calories. So any overtraining or under training breaks the system. In is it You just don't stop. You break through like DC. You just don't stop. You break through like DC. That's also kind of true, dude. Dude, I understand that completely. Yeah, yeah. I get it. I get it. Why people in India and Pakistan are so mean? Am I mean, dude? What have I said to you, dude? I didn't say anything mean. I'm such a nice guy, bro. Smigers, yeah. Jones was on the juice when he fought Gustafson too. Yeah, he was. When he fought Gustafson, yeah, he was actually smoking cocaine. I don't know if it helps in any way. Cocaine is like a painkiller, so it does help you take an enormous amount of punishment and not feel any pain. So maybe that's like a positive thing, and it enhances your senses as well. But when he fought DC, he was on a lot of shit, dude. Second time when he fought DC, he got caught pretty badly. Would you prefer to watch a tree grow or a Negro? Oh, fuck. Fuck. Oh my god. Shit. Holy shit, Kabu. That is nasty, bro. That is nasty. Holy shit. Walford Jovan. Walford Johan is Jovan. What does Jovan mean, by the way? I don't really know. I'm gonna have to Google that. Building champions. Yes, dude, that's what we're doing. We're building champions over here. Jones was crazy, man. Yeah, Jones was IQ was pretty crazy. Second, but I was saying Thomas Hunt versus Dillian White. Um, Let me Google that. No, but when we were in India last week, they made fun of me everywhere and called my hair colored fake, saying I'm cursed. Dude, is that mean or is that funny? Okay, they called you. I mean, if they're saying that to your face, that's kind of mean. I would guess. But what hair color did you have, and why did they call it fake? Was it looking like fake or? Okay. What are we doing? Thomas Hunt versus Dylan White. Let me check. Dude, is Thomas Hunt? I don't even know who Thomas Hunt is. To be honest, I don't watch boxing a lot. But is that Eddie Hearns? Beterbiev and Bivol are the best boxers of this century. Dude, I think I'm gonna disagree. Monathis, I think I'm gonna disagree. They are one of the best boxers. Let me tell you the best things about those guys. Beterbiev, one of the hardest, one of the solid guys that I've seen. One of the best guys with like the forward pressure, not taking a back step, being able to take the punishment. Not the best combination striker, but he let his hands go when he does hurt the guy. But a great ability to actually take the punishment. But I wouldn't say they're the best boxers. Bivol is like one of the best boxers. His footwork is amazing. The ability to evade the punches, then letting the combinations go, amazing. But he's the best boxer. He has to prove more. I would say I would put uh who would I put? I mean, Floyd definitely one of the best defensive boxers. Shakur Stevenson, he has to prove a lot, but maybe yes. But who else is there? But I would put Bud over there. Canelo probably not. Jones is great planning in his stand up to move through angles and levels. I would say enough to compete with Johnson's strength. Interesting fight. though almost comes down to who has better prefer spike. To be honest, I completely agree with you, smugglers. It comes down to who prepares better, who can take more damage. I mean, the thing about John Jones is he's people underrate his chin. Like he's been able to take a lot of punishment. If you look at the fight against Dominic Reyes, I believe Dominic Reyes actually won the fight, but Jones was able to stand up his punches, literally able to take the shot. What's your favorite Radiohead song? Dude, I don't know. I just listen to all type of music. I don't have like a favorite song. I'm not gonna lie. The first actually song that I listened to on radio that I actually developed a love for, it was like Stacy's mom has got it going on. She's all I want. Something like that, right? Stacy, can't you see you're just not the girl for me? Your hair is from the place of Elvis and fairies, right now, mystical color. Have you guys never seen ginger people? I would get looks everywhere. Dude, there's a theory about the ginger people, by the way. Ginger people can actually take punishment. I saw that research. Ginger people have the best chins in the world. One of the best chins in the world. They don't get dropped. By the way, let me give you an example. Patty Pimblett is one of those guys. Patty Pimblett, ginger hair. This dude is very hard to get dropped. And I saw a research about this one. Was a gem to watch. John Jones specifically doing groundwork, considering he's tall as fuck. He's one of the best wrestlers in the UFC history. That's the thing, right? People actually look at the Olympic wrestlers and they're like, oh, how are the UFC guys gonna compete with those guys? Like, this guy came from Olympics. He won 2 Olympic gold medals. There's no way any UFC fighter actually stands a chance. Oh, they were saying the same thing about Bo Nickel. Oh, Bo Nickel, national champion, NCAA guy. He's gonna be taking everybody now. He was having a hard time with RDR because UFC is kind of different. You have to set up your takedown to the strikes, right? Imagine if you guys have done like UFC, and if you guys have done, sorry, not UFC, like MMA, and you've done wrestling, you know how different it is. Like wrestling, your stance is like low, right? You're just trying to shoot. You're like faking, boom, boom. I fake. I'm gonna shoot a double leg. That's what I do. UFC is kind of like you're standing up the whole time, right? So people are like scared of the strikes, and then you're gonna change the levels, and you're gonna do it quick. Jones was just good at that shit. He's one of the best wrestlers in there, which is really weird because most of the elite ground fighters are short. Also because he's long and he can do it. Yes, ground fighters are normally short. Like Merab Dvalishvili, shorter guy. Khabib Nurmagomedov, not a short guy, but I mean he was shorter than some of the guys that he was fighting, I guess, right? Because when your base is low, you get closer to the legs quick. So the shot for the double leg, the shot for the single leg is quick. If Canelo had 4 less fights, he'd be twice as good. Yes, I know which fights you're talking about. The fight with Terence Crawford. The fight with Floyd Mayweather, although he was pretty young, he was only 23 years old. So, I mean, I give him that. Yeah, he was pretty young. Floyd was in his prime. The fight with Triple... By the way, what do you want to say about the fight with Triple G? Dude, he definitely... I'm a big Canelo fan, but he definitely lost the first fight. He lost the first fight. Second fight was a draw. Third fight he won because Triple G was washed. The second Buddha... though they bruise easily, but other than that, redhead women who are over 18 are beautiful. Though all women are beautiful, I don't have a preference. I'm a hetero. Oh, second Buddha, you don't have a preference. You're just like myself, bro. But redheaded women are actually beautiful. Not gonna lie about this. Yeah, because they have Nate Dog Gaming, because they have no soul. Bro, I'm 19. Are we talking about the redhead guys, by the way? Who has no soul, by the way? By the way, I'm not attracted to you. I wasn't implying that I'm attracted to you. I'm just saying that women are cool. Women are cool. I mean, even if you guys are attracted to each other, I think it's pretty cool. Nothing leaves their body when they get hit hard. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They everything, the soul just stays in the body. Like, this is the thing. Like, I'm not even lying, bro. I'm not even lying that you can actually search it up right now. Like, I can pull up, like, the exact search. Do redheads have better, higher pain tolerance? Yes. Studies suggest, I'm going to read it exactly the way it is. Studies suggest redheads often have a higher pain tolerance for certain types of pain, such as electrical stimulation. What is electrical stimulation? Your brain can actually take the shock and can endure up to 25% more pain than others. 25%. So I am 25% less of a man than a redhead. I don't feel proud about that. I don't feel happy about that, but yeah, this is the case. However, they are more sensitive to hard, cold pain. God damn it. So if you put a redhead in the sauna, they're kind of done. So if you want to pick up a fight with the redhead, you can't fight them at room temperature. Room temperature is a no-no. You're fucked. If you want to fight them, take them to a sauna or take them to a cold plunge. That's the way to fight them. Requires up to more anesthesia. Oh, even 20% more anesthesia. Like these guys, when you're taking them to the surgeries, you can't even put them to sleep there. They will stay awake. Oh my God. And need higher doses of local anesthetics like lidocaine. I mean, this is pretty like crazy stats. I'm getting bullied here now. All Uber, which one? I'm getting bullied here now. So what do you mean I have no soul? Hi guys. Yo, Ahmed, how you doing, brah? And Ronda Rousey ended up at WWE after getting shook. Yo, is Ronda Rousey a redhead, by the way? I mean, she's kind of got like dark hair. Let me pull up the actual, but who knows? She could also be like a blonde, to be honest. She could also be like a blonde. By the way, I don't know. She was talking shit about WWE, and then she was talking about shit about UFC, but she is a good athlete, man. I'm not going to lie. Ronda was a good athlete. I had a poster of Ronda that I was spending all night with in my room. Glenn is saying, I look, everyone on, what am I saying, man? Everyone, what kind of crazy shit this dude is doing right now? His bro speaks 200 words a minute. Good Adderall. Scandinavian fighters are great. Are you talking about me? Like I speak 200 words a minute? Am I actually doing that? Any thoughts on Chuck Norris and his impact on fighting? Oh my God, Chuck Norris. Dude, I saw that. Holy shit. Chuck Norris is just that guy. I got to make a video about this one. Like all the comment section is full of Chuck Norris comments. Dude, this is like Chuck Norris is the kind of guy, right? One of the most popular fighters. And I don't know if he ever competed on like a very high level. I don't know if he was like a martial artist that had like sound striking or whatever. I don't know much about it. I know there's a couple of fake guys as well. As much as I know, I think he could fight, but I don't know if he competed on like a high level that I can check. But this guy is one of the most popular dudes, icon of our generation, the generation before. I can't go anywhere without sunscreen. I will fry. Oh my God, dude, you can actually fry the sunscreen. They will be awake through the whole surgery. That's what I'm saying. Like these motherfuckers do not even go to sleep, but they will be awake. They will be able to see it. But isn't that like a great thing? Like what sort of flex is that? Like I can't even say that. I go to sleep right after they give me anything. I don't want that. You don't want that, dude? I mean, dude, that's the flex. Like you're gonna be able to tell everybody about it. You go and you tell them. You're like, look, I'm awake. You record yourself. Does this mean if you're a boxer and you're a redhead, they need to make a rule? Whatever, they have to put a redhead proof heat went in the canvas. Do that, dude. Do that shit. Do that. Owen hands. Chutney. Yo, chutney is beautiful, man. Chutney is beautiful. That's what we do. That's what we do. I had spice challenges too. You look high as fuck, dude. I swear to God, I did not smoke. I didn't do any drugs. I don't even do it. Like, I have to explain myself on the live because the people are watching my live and they're going to think this guy's on like fentanyl or something, or like this guy's doing some crazy shit. Like, please be after me. But I've never done any shit like that. I've never touched anything. I don't even smoke cigarettes, bro. He's high. He takes a packet before. I've never done it, dude. I have no lack of confidence. I don't need anything extra. Keep it up. Have a nice day. Yo, dude, you have a nice day as well. By the way, watch the fights. And if people haven't already subscribed to my stream, please subscribe to my channel. Please like my videos, dude. It'll be amazing. Thanks. All right. So we're going to come back. So now we have read the comments. We're going to go back to, we're actually going back to the fights. We're going back to the fights. We're looking at the stats right now. So we're going to look at Movsar Evloev's stats. The stats are kind of crazy. I mean, this guy does not get the respect that he deserves just because he can't finish a fight. Doesn't mean that he can't ever finish a fight. Just because he hasn't done it yet doesn't mean that he would never be able to do it. So Aljamain Sterling fight was good, right? He dominated the fight. It was a close fight, but it's against a very high-level competition. Movsar Evloev versus Arnold Allen. Now, again, that's a worthy contender that he fought, and he was able to beat him. He was able to control him. He was able to take him down. Diego Lopez. This fight, we need to discuss this fight because Diego Lopez is getting 2 title shots. He's getting 2 title shots after losing this damn fight. And Movsar Evloev, he controls Diego Lopez. He takes him down. He stays on top of him. He humps him. And he gets no title shot. He still doesn't have a title shot. There's no guarantee. There's no guarantee if he wins this fight, he gets a title shot. It's not guaranteed. Like, Dana White hasn't come out and be like, oh, this is the #1 contender fight. Look, when they ask him this question at the press conference, like, what? I don't hear well. I don't hear well. Yes, yes. We'll make everything on Tuesday. We'll make everything. Ask me on Tuesday. And they ask him Tuesday, like, Dana, what's going on? Dana's got a meeting going on. There's boys over there. And then they ask him, and he says, oh, no, he's not getting a title shot. Allahu Akbar. Why do they want Diego Lopez to be champion so badly? He's not even that popular or anything. They just think that he's popular. That's what I'm saying, right? You took the words right out of my mouth. I've never called him popular. I never said that, actually. I've never looked at Diego Lopez and be like, I want this guy as my champion. I've never actually gone to like such that and prayed to God and be like, God, please, I want Diego Lopez as my champion. If Diego Lopez becomes a champion for the rest of my life, I'll be okay with this. God, please, I need this. I'm not craving for this. There's not a day when I thought about it. This thought just doesn't cross my mind. I've never seen Diego Lopez with a belt. These two things, Diego Lopez and the belt, this just doesn't cross my mind. And to Dana White, this is like a thing. This is his dream. He wants to see Diego Lopez as a champion. It's probably the Mexican market, to be honest, that he's trying to pull. And he's probably the only guy from, there's guys from Mexico. He's not the only guy from Mexico. Like, why doesn't Dana see other guys? Why doesn't he see, there's guys in flyweight, Moreno. Brendan Moreno is from Mexico. I mean, I'm sure there's other guys from Mexico. But why does he want Diego Lopez as a champion? It's probably the hairstyle. And also maybe it's the style of fighting, because Diego is always trying to get a knockout. Maybe it's that. And maybe his story is pretty cool because this guy literally got like shank in the neck. If you read his story, and that's why he had his hands here. By the way, this probably helps him in fighting because he can never drop his hands fully. Like, he would have his hands here because that actually bothers him. This thing coming out of his neck actually bothers him. He would touch it. He would touch it at times, just because it bothers him, and that's why he had to keep his hands up. So that's one of the reasons. And he's probably got one of the best, like, fan friendly style, I guess. The MMA host, it's kind of weird, but you know what? This is how the business works. Now they got the Paramount deal, so I guess they're trying to please the audience in a way. They're trying to put the best show. That's what they're trying to do, right? It's not even about the name value anymore. It seems like UFC doesn't want the name value anymore. It seems like they don't want Conor McGregor. They don't even want, like, Conor was one of those guys. Conor thought he could make a deal anytime. Like, Conor could just call Dana White and be like, surprise, surprise, motherfuckers, the king is back. That doesn't work anymore. Like, he can't just say that now. I think he saved a lot of card. He has taken multiple shots. That is true, bro. I give him that. Like, I give him that. He is Diego Lopez has actually saved a lot of cards. He does step in. Probably that's why that's one of the reasons. Fan-friendly fighter, but also that's what Dana doesn't respect him. Are you talking about Conor McGregor? Dana doesn't respect Conor McGregor anymore. It doesn't work out. The thing about Dana and Conor McGregor relationship is it used to be like a love relationship. They both used to blow each other up. It was the best relationship. They had beautiful nights. Dana was giving him title shots. He was giving him double title shots because Conor was willing to take the fights. That was the time when Conor was doing things for Dana. Dana would say, the 150, remember when he was actually fighting Floyd? Dana White actually went there with the confidence and with the energy that I never, at one point Dana was pregnant, right? Right now he's fat, but at one point he was literally pregnant. He wasn't fat, he was actually pregnant. Like, if you look at Dana White, when he was promoting Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather, I've never seen Dana White that happy. I've never seen. He was blowing that mic, I'm not going to lie. Like, he went there, he's like, ladies and gentlemen, the 155-pound champion of UFC, Conor McGregor. Remember the energy when he was talking about it? And after Conor got, like, embarrassed by, I don't want to say embarrassed because he's an MMA fighter going against a boxer. He was supposed to lose that fight anyway. He did pretty good. He did decent. Dana was okay with it. But then it was a Khabib fight, and Conor's drinking in the camp. He's not taking it seriously. And then Khabib mauls him, and now Conor's stock is kind of down. And then Conor's like, bye-bye, I'm going to do the whiskey business. I made a lot of money. Conor's going there. And then he comes back and he gets humped by Poirier. And then he comes back. And then he gets humped by Poirier again. And then he had one fight in the middle, actually. He had a fight with Donald Cobb by Cerrone. But he won it, and everyone's like, Conor's back. The old Conor's back. This is motivated Conor. He can beat everyone. He was on his knees for Conor. He was literally on his knees for Conor. He was down. He was down. He was doing that to Conor. He was doing that for Conor. Literally was doing that. But it doesn't work anymore. Now Dana is the A side. Now Conor McGregor is the B side. The thing is, I think Conor's got an ego as well, by the way. Conor has got an ego because he's got the whiskey business. He's making a lot of money. So Conor's like, I'm going to play the A side now. I have a lot of money. But Dana is like, nah, I'm still the boss. UFC's mine. And Conor's like, oh, Dana, could you pay me like 30 million or like 40 million for this fight? Dana's like, fuck you. You ain't getting nothing. Take 5 million or you're not fighting. All right? And then Conor's like, who are you giving me? And then Dana is like, I'm giving you this dude. What's his name? He was giving him somebody from lightweight. He was giving him, dude, the guy who fought Fiziev. Who fought Fiziev in the last? Oh, Rufi. Dana was like, I'm giving you Rufi. And Conor's like, fuck. I'm getting only 5 million and they're giving me Rufi? He might actually fuck me up. I'm not taking that fight. Yeah, he's like, I'm not taking that fight. Give me Michael Chandler so at least I might win. But it just didn't go well for him. I felt like he took up Packett and did the announcement. Dana White, with that one, with that announcement, he must have taken Packett's, dude. He must have taken Packett's. Or Conor must have promised something. Conor must have promised like a good night for Dana White. And Dana was like, I'm getting the best night of my life. Just let me do that announcement for him. Most people don't even know Cowboy fight exists. Yeah, people haven't watched Cowboy. The thing about Cowboy is, Cowboy, he freezes under pressure sometimes, or maybe he just gets unlucky. When he's when the lights are big, when the lights are massive, he doesn't perform very well. So look at the big fights that he's been involved in. Like he fought Nate Diaz, he lost that fight. He fought Conor McGregor, he lost that fight. Any other big fight that he had that he lost? I think he had some other good fights as well. Did he fight Jorge Masvidal? I'm trying to remember actually. Who else did he fight? He fought Darren Till. He lost that fight. So any big fights that he was involved in, he was a good kickboxer. He had some good highlights as well. Like he was getting some good, beautiful knockouts. But when he was fighting really good guys, he just couldn't win that fight. The fight with Conor was a sus. You think he took the money? You actually think he took the dive? It's a possibility because Conor's coming back. Obviously, UFC had the ability to pay him back then. It's a possibility, but also like what Conor did was kind of unexpected. Like the shoulder strikes, Conor must have practiced them somewhere, and then the head kick at the end was pretty cool. It was too easy. He didn't defend. That's also true. Like you don't really see a knockout with the shoulder strike. Like how can you generate that much power with the shoulder strike? It's kind of like a bit sus, right? Was there like a knee involved as well? Like he was doing the shoulder strike and then there was knee and then Cowboy got hit and then Cowboy is going back and then Conor comes in and he throws a head kick. Yeah, I feel like he didn't pull the trigger. I feel like he was not doing anything. He wasn't, either he froze or he just didn't do anything. But yeah, man, I'm not going to take anything away from Conor McGregor. I'm just going to say Conor McGregor was actually a good fighter. Conor McGregor in his prime, Conor McGregor when he was motivated, Conor McGregor when he had self-confidence, when he was giving self-speeches, when he was predicting fights, that Conor McGregor was a motivation. But can we get that Conor McGregor back? Because that Conor McGregor is hungry. He wasn't the champion. He didn't have a name like this. People call him a joker. People said, you're talk and talk. They said, I talk and I talk and I talk, but I back it up. But then he did back it up. But when he became the Conor McGregor that everybody knows right now, that's when he lost it. Who said that? Who would want to go running in the morning at 7 o'clock when you have millions in your bank account? I think somebody smart said it. I don't know his name. It was a kick and then the knee. Was it the kick before and then the knee? I feel like it was a knee before and then the kick, but I might be wrong. Then finished with punches. Okay, maybe. All right, so, guys. Okay, oh my God, shit. I was looking at Mosar Evloev record, and I just saw Dan Ige. He beat Dan Ige as well. So Dan Ige, dude, I need to watch that fight actually. I think I did watch that fight. I think he took Dan Ige down as well. And Dan Ige was able to take down Lerone Murphy. Damn, that's more interesting. I'm getting more interested in the fight now. Because if you're looking at the mathematics over here, if Mosar Evloev has been able to dominate and control Dan Ige on the ground, then he should be able to take down and control Lerone Murphy on the ground as well. Don't you think? This is like MMA mathematics, but it never works. Prime Conor got me into UFC. Same. Prime Connor got me into UFC. I started watching UFC because of Prime Connor, and then I saw Khabib, but that was very so like right after I started watching Connor, I found Khabib as well pretty early. I found them both pretty early in the career. Actually, most of the people started watching Khabib when he became famous, but I picked up Khabib very early on in the career. So I was a fan of Connor. I was a fan of Khabib, and I was like, I just want these two guys to become champion. And then Khabib was on his way. Connor was on his way. They're fighting in different weight classes, by the way. So remember, Connor is in 145. Khabib is in 155. They both are winning. And then I found out a couple of other guys as well. I found the Diaz brothers. I found Nate Diaz. I'm like, dude, Nate Diaz, and especially Nick Diaz. I found Nick Diaz first when he was fighting Anderson Silva. I was like, dude, this attitude is from a different world. Because Nick Diaz, remember when he was fighting Anderson Silva? Dude, he's fighting Anderson Silva. Remember that. One of the most dangerous strikers of all time. And Nick Diaz is doing this. He's literally like lying down on the octagon mat, and he's doing this. He's doing all the poses in the fight. He's talking shit. He's talking back to Anderson Silva. He's taunting him throughout the whole fight. Conor versus Chandler fight got me into UFC. Dude, Conor versus Chandler though, like it was, but it never happened though. Conor versus Chandler would have been fun, but it just never happened. I got introduced to Khabib when he fight Michael Johnson. Khabib versus Michael Johnson, that was cool. Dude, why does everybody expect me to be Indian? Why does everybody assume that I'm an Indian? Just because I'm brown? Just because my hair are black? Just because my eyes are kind of like dark brown? Doesn't mean I'm Indian. I'm white, bro. I'm white. I am European. I can identify as whatever I want. Grush, you're saying. All right? No, I'm kidding. I have a bit of Indian in me. I am Pakistani, but Pakistanis have a bit of Indian in them as well because the migration happened in 1947, and a lot of Indian people actually moved to Pakistan, and we do have a little bit of blood of Indian people. We have blood of Persian. If you want to go back in history, Persian people actually came to South India. They kind of invaded it. So I'm a mixture of like a Persian and an Indian. I met Conor versus Mendes. I confused him with Chandler. That's what I'm thinking. I was like, bro, Chandler versus Conor was just gonna happen now. I was like, you've been watching UFC for a while, but I didn't want to disrespect you. I don't want to call you out. So I was like, okay, I just play with the idea that you just started watching now. Yeah. How's it going, Grosha, by the way? Are you watching the card tomorrow? It's gonna be fun fight night, London. It's gonna be crazy, dude. It's gonna be crazy. Do you want me to go through some of the other fights, by the way? I've got the whole fight card open. All right, so if we're looking at this fight, I'm predicting Evloev to actually win the fight. Next fight, you got to find this guy, by the way. I don't know if you've been following this guy or not. Luke Riley. Luke Riley from UK is fighting Michael Aswell. The name of the guy is Michael Aswell. I don't know. When he was actually getting born, I don't know, maybe there were some other kids that were getting born as well at the same time with different moms. I don't know how many kids were getting born. Maybe the doctor was like, oh, how many births one of the head doctors like, oh, how many births did you have today? And the other doctor is like, Michael as well. We got Michael as well. So maybe they had like 100 babies getting born on the same day. He's like, oh, did you have 100 births? And he's like, yeah, 100 births. But we got Michael as well. Holy shit, dude. I mean, I don't want to make fun of anybody. I'm not doing the stream to actually put people down and like make fun of their names and stuff. But dude, Michael as well? Couldn't you just be Michael? Wasn't Michael enough? Like, couldn't you just be like Michael only? Why'd you have to be like Michael as well? But you got like 10 names lined up? How many other names do you have? Or maybe he had like 10 other names. Maybe his father had like a list of names. So before he was going to get born, his mom was writing names. His dad like, no, I like this name. And then his uncle was like, no, I like this name. And then his auntie's coming like, no, I'm going to name my baby Ding Dong. I'm going to name my baby Ding Dong. And then everybody's coming with names. And you got like you got a list of like 10, 20 names. And then at the end, and then Michael is about to get born. And then his friend, and then Michael's dad's friends come. Look, Michael as well. I got Michael as well. So they got a list with 10 names and he says Michael as well. Holy shit. I can't even comment on this fight. Dude, I forgot what I was gonna say. I was talking about the talent of Luke Riley, and I said he was gonna fight Michael as well. I mean, it sounds like he's fighting 10 guys on the same night. He's gonna fight 10 of the guys, but he's gonna fight Michael as well. All right. So when this guy actually went to high school, he was marking teachers like, "Oh, I'm doing the attendance. Hey, kid, Luke Riley." Luke Riley's like, "Present." Teachers like, Muhammad's like, "Present." And then teachers like, "And Michael as well?" But like, so all the other guys don't count. It's like Michael as well. Michael is something special. So there's 40 other guys in the class. They're all marking attendance. They're like, "Hey, miss, I'm present." And Michael is like, "Michael as well. I'm special. Look, I need a special attendance. Mark my attendance as well. Michael as well." Holy shit. Who you got for tomorrow, Will Parker? I've got Michael as well. No, I've got, in the main event, I've got Mosar Evloev. I think it's going to be epic. I think it's going to be a epic fight. I think it's going to be a close fight. I don't think it would be a finish. It could be a finish from Lerone Murphy, but again, Lerone Murphy's a point fighter. He doesn't go for the finish mostly. He got the finish in the last fight with the spinning elbow, but I think it was just one of those fights where the other guy was trying to pressure too much. He ran into it, he didn't set up the takedowns. I think with Mosar, he's a much smarter fighter, and he shoots takedowns very low, and he sets up the takedowns with the strike. Like, he's always feinting. His footwork is really good. It's hard to get him, right? And I think it's going to be one of those things. And I don't think Lerone is one of those guys who puts pressure. Like, he lets you get him. It's easy to press him. Like, even with the last fight, when Aaron Pico was actually coming towards him, he was actually able to get him. But Aaron was just kind of stupid the way he was fighting. You lost the plot. Yeah, I kind of lost the plot, dude. I'm back on it. I'm back on it now. I'm back on it. I'm done with Michael as well. And let's go to Michael Venom Page. So let's go to Michael Venom Page. So you have MVP is fighting Sam Patterson. So, okay, by the way, I didn't even make the prediction for the last one. I'm going with Luke Riley. I think he's gonna win. When I was a boy, I used to think fighting was beating the other person, but it's really a dance between the fighter and the one who's fighting. An intelligent dance is about the opponent, not you. Yes, that is true. It is stylistic. You need to prepare. You need to game plan it, and you got to do the proper dance. If you don't, if you mess it up, then you can go to sleep. It's one of those things. It's not like, "I'm a fighter. I'm here to win. I'm going to win." It's not that. I mean, this is what people who don't understand fighting and people who never had a fight in their life, that's what they think. They're like, "Oh, I'm getting angry." Anger is like the best thing for, it's the best base for fighting. But anger is the worst. It's literally the worst base for fighting. We're seeing that with angry fighters sometimes. You got to be smart. You got to play according to the game plan of your opponent. So if your opponent is a wrestler, you got to prepare for the wrestling. You got to have anti-wrestling, enough anti-wrestling. You need to study the takedowns that he's going to be doing. Move around. Oh, cut the angles, cut the cage. Circle around. And like, oh, must not let him get your legs. And if he does get the legs, oh, you got to sprawl. Now you got to sprawl. Okay, if he's getting the single leg, got to get the overhooks or do something, tricks, and then punish him. Every time he's going for the takedowns, punish him. So, yeah. Michael Venom Page versus Sam Patterson. I saw Sam Patterson. First of all, I didn't get why they were putting MVP against Sam Patterson. Like, MVP is one of the biggest stars, right? Guy's at the end of his career. He's 38 years old. He's fought in Bellator. He's won championships. People want to see him fight the stars. People want to see him fight like Israel Adesanya. Why is he booked against Joe Pyfer, by the way? Why is he not fighting him? That would have been the best matchup for the fans. Like, fans wanted to see MVP versus Izzy. That would have been the craziest fight. Oh, I would have loved to see it stylistically. Like, these guys are both evasive, man. MVP, like, have you ever seen anything like MVP? Taekwondo background. The guy's moving in like a fucking, I don't even know what, like a speed of light. He's in and out. He's doing that. Israel Adesanya is doing that fucking Matrix shit. That would have been cool. But instead, he's going with Sam Patterson, and nothing to take away from Sam Patterson. I think he's a decent fighter. He's a good fighter. I just don't think Sam Patterson is on that level. And if UFC is trying to build a star, I just don't think this is a good matchup to actually build a star, because I think MVP smokes him. I think MVP smokes him in that fight. But maybe what they were trying to do is they're trying to book two British fighters against each other. So they want to give more opportunity to the British fighters to be on the card. I think that could be one of the reasons. Okay, then you have Ivo Baranowski from Poland. Oh, this is the guy who had a bar burner fight. Dude, watch the last fight. Watch his last fight. It was that 2 minutes of that fight. If you take 2 minutes of that fight, that was better than anything you would ever watch in your life. I'm telling you right now. Both guys are getting dropped. Like he's like, boom. Oh. Then he gets up, he's like, boom. Then the other guy gets dropped. Like that's what they're doing throughout the whole fight. I'm not gonna lie. Watch that fight. And then he's fighting Austin Lane, who is a tall guy. He's massive. Austin Lane is 6 feet, 5 inches tall in the light heavyweight division. He might be the tallest light heavyweight that I've ever seen in my life. But him and his ponytail, they both are going to sleep. Him and his ponytail are going to sleep. The punch is gonna be like acid to his ponytail. Like an acid to his ponytail. Austin Lane keeps his chin very high. He keeps his chin very high. He's very susceptible to get hit. And Ivor Baranowski has the ability to take damage. He's undefeated as well. And Austin Lane has lost a few times before. So that makes me think that Austin Lane is getting clipped in this fight. Yeah, he's lost 7 times. If he loses one more time, it's nothing to be ashamed of. I think he can afford that. Then you have Roman Dolidze fighting Christian Leroy Duncan. Roman Dolidze, it's a kind of a guy who is a very heavy blanket on the top. Shit, my charging is gone. My charging is gone. Guys, do I finish my stream now? I don't want to finish my stream. Like, my phone might actually die. Okay, I'm going to put my phone on charging. You can ask me any questions, by the way. I can freestyle about anything, guys. Like, I know we're talking about fighting, but literally, if you're willing to talk about something else, if you feel like fighting is not your sport, if you feel like you want to talk about like nails or like you want to talk about like hairstyles or you want to talk about something else, I can talk about that too. All right, guys. What we're doing right now. So Roman Dolidze is fighting Christian Leroy Duncan, and Christian Leroy Duncan is actually good. Cool Guy Ahmed is saying, damn. Yes, this is what we are. We are damn. That's what we are. Roman Dolidze is fighting him, and Roman Dolidze has lost fights before. Even his last fights, who was he going against actually? Was that against Fluffy? I think Fluffy demolished him pretty bad. Like Fluffy really put it on him. And I just don't think Roman Dolidze is going to be good enough to finish Christian Leroy Duncan. I don't think he would be able to finish the takedowns. He wouldn't have a lot of success, and Duncan is much more slicker on the feet. So I'm guessing like a good fight, but I'm guessing like a unanimous decision. Cool Guy Ahmed is saying, what's the main event? The main event is Leron Mercury versus Movsar Evloev. Movsar Evloev from Russia, undefeated, 9 wins in the UFC, never finished a fight in his life. Unanimous decision, guy. Control, top control. You have Leron Murphy, who is a beautiful striker, fun to watch, but at the same time, even he doesn't finish a lot of fights. But he did get a beautiful knockout in the last fights. And these guys are probably fighting for the #1 contender. Not officially, but most probably these guys, the winner of this fight, will get the title shot against Volkanovski. Alexander, the average Volkanovski. Actually, I'll take my words back. It's Alexander the Great Volkanovski. The winner would be fighting Alexander the Great Volkanovski in that fight. And then you have the last fight on the main card is the last fight on the main card is Curtis Campbell versus Danny Silva. This is the best fight. I'm not gonna lie. If you're looking at the competition wise, the main event is really good. The main event is probably the top fight. But other than that, I can see other fights and I can see a winner clearly. But in this fight, Curtis Campbell versus Danny Silva, I really don't see a winner. I think the winner are going to be the fans. It will be it could be fight of the night. Like, I can see a potential for fight of the night. I'm just picking Curtis Campbell because I think he's a bit taller. He's a bit of like a reach and stuff. How much reach advantage does he have? He has 2 inches reach advantage. And he's got, holy shit, he's shorter? God damn it. I thought Curtis Campbell was actually taller. Holy shit. He's shorter, but he's got a reach advantage. That's kind of crazy. You look fried. Holy, nah, dude, I swear to God, I never smoked in my life, and I never drank in my life. I am straight edge. I am fully straight edge, dude. I don't smoke. I don't do drugs. I'm a good man. All right, guys. Now we've gone through all the main event fights and we have decided, we have actually made all the predictions for the main event, and we've been able to do it successfully. Tomorrow we will see the results, and tomorrow we'll find out if what I said today had anything, what I said today was after doing a lot of research, or if it was just a bunch of bullshit that I was talking about. We're gonna find out all of it tomorrow. Uh, do I make the prelims predictions? I don't really know, to be honest. There's like fighters on the prelims card that I don't even know, like some of them. I can do a bit of research and maybe I can do the predictions. I can do one prediction. There's a girl from my gym actually. She runs like a class as well. Chanel Dyer from GBT. She's fighting from GBT Great Britain top team. She's fighting Ravina Oliveira. So obviously I'm gonna be biased because she's from my gym. But after seeing the fights, after watching some of the fights, I like shit, man. That's like a mismatch. Most probably she's gonna ragdoll Ravena Oliveira, I guess. She's gonna ragdoll her. I watched Ravena's fight as well. Ravena is just not as technical. She's just not as fast. I think Chanel just gets it done. I think Chanel just puts it on her and just smokes her. Where are you from ethnically? Ethnically, I am from Pakistan. I am not impressed with this card. I'm guessing you're trying to say card at all. Dude, the card is actually not that good, to be honest, because it's a London card, right? And UFC is not as, even though it's getting popular, UFC is not as popular in London as it is in like USA. We don't have as many like places to train and like people. I mean, even though I believe that people are actually crazy for it, people actually do love going to watch UFC, but it's quite expensive. And it's UFC Fight Night London. We don't have as many fighters. We don't have as many famous fighters yet. I think we're gonna get there in like a few years, maybe like 5 years time. You would have a lot of fighters from Britain. But right now, it's not that many fighters, so you don't get like star power here. MVP what round? MVP second round. MVP second round. That's what I'm guessing. Second round KO. You look like you shit in the street. That's funny, dude. Caucasian, you've been a very naughty boy. Those jokes, just because I look like an Indian and just because you saw some Indian shitting in the street doesn't mean that I'm gonna shit in the street, you know? Which doesn't mean that I don't shit in the street. I'm not denying that claim, by the way, but I'm not saying that I definitely do. I'm not saying that. So I'm gonna keep you guessing about this. Cool guy, Ahmed, Pakistan. Are you from Pakistan as well? Dude, there you go. Who you got, Amos Goldie? Who you got, main event? Dude, Moser Evloev. I can see it going both ways, to be honest. Like Leron, if he does like a spinning elbow and he catches him or something like that, I mean, you could see a win like that. But I feel like Moser is just going to be a bit too much. Like I watched like a few of their previous fights, and I can see Moser actually getting a decision victory because the guys that have been able to control Leron to some extent, like he fought Danny Ige, Danny Ige did control him to some extent. But against Moser Evloev, Moser was the one controlling him. So I'm doing a bit of MMA mathematics, and I'm saying Moser is likely to edge a decision. I don't see a finish. Do you want to talk about any other UFC cards? Like, we got some couple of nice UFC cards coming, by the way. You definitely not a casual. Yeah, I'm definitely not a casual, bro. I made like a prediction for the whole main event card, so I'm definitely not a casual. But I am casual in the sense that I get starstruck by some fighters. Like, I am starstruck by some fighters. And these fighters are like Hamza Chimaev and Islam Makhachev. Like, literally, with those guys, I try to defend everything they do. Like, literally, they could be wrong in some regards, but I try to defend everything they do. But other than that, I do watch a lot of UFC, so I do have, like, decent knowledge of UFC, I would say. Okay, so guys, if you want to talk about a different card, we can do that as well. I mean, I got some time. There is I mean, what is the card after this card? Lerone Murphy is fighting on this card. Then the next one is, there's one badass card that is coming, by the way. So next card is Adesanya versus Pyro. The whole card is not very good, by the way, but it's only the main event that is actually really good. So Adesanya versus Piper. Piper's got power of a bomb. Like, this is one of the guys that Joe Rogan likes to hype. You know how Joe Rogan likes to hype up everything. He hypes up aliens. He hypes up like other stuff. That's how he was hyping Piper. The way he was hyping Piper is like, this guy actually broke the record of Francis Ngannou on the machine. This guy punched the machine and the machine broke. Well, people found out later on that the machine was broke before he actually punched the machine. But that was the way Joe Rogan actually used to actually promote the fight. But with that being said, Joe Piper actually hits like a truck. He's probably the hardest hitter in 185. And Israel Adesanya, he's technically one of the best guys when it comes to striking. Like, Izzy is one of those guys who's good at freezing other guys because he just keeps feinting. And when he feints that much, it keeps the other guys tricking. His footwork is really amazing. The only people that he had problems with were grapplers. Other than Pereira, Pereira is a world-class fighter, world-class striker, and Izzy was able to get him once as well. So I'm expecting this to be a good fight. I predict Izzy to get a decision win. I think Izzy gets a decision win against him. Oh shit, it's 5 rounds. I think Izzy gets a finish. I think because it's 5 rounds, I think Izzy gets a finish. Then you have Moicano versus Duncan. That's the card after that. I'm not going to make my prediction. Yeah, this is the banger card. Then the one after that is Prohaska versus Aalborg is the fight. Amos Goldie. Mozart didn't really take Arnold Allen on the ground. Remember, you think Lerone can use his crafty elbows. Dude, okay, let's talk about it, all right? Let's talk about it. So, Arnold Allen versus Mozart Evloev. Was that a good fight? Yes. Was that a close fight? Yes. Did Mozart definitely win that fight? Yes. Mozart was able to take him down. He couldn't control him because Arnold Allen, unexpectedly, I don't know, I wasn't expecting Arnold Allen to have such a good defense. Like, he didn't get controlled. I thought Mozart's control would be better. I thought Mozart would be able to control him, take him down. But anytime Arnold's butt was touching the ground, he didn't accept any positions. He had a lot of energy. He was constantly getting back up. So I like that from Arnold. But don't you remember Mozart being very good in striking in that fight? Like, Mozart was actually clipping Arnold a couple of times, even in striking. And his double leg takedowns, dude, the speed of those shots and mixing up and getting the legs, he definitely took him down like a few times, right? The only reason why people think it was a close fight was because Arnold Allen actually beat him when Mozart was down. Like, it was controversial. It was a close one, but I believe Mozart's hand was down, and that's when he kneed him, and that's when he started bleeding. And if they accepted the knee, then it would have been a problem for Mozart. But I think it was not a legal knee. It was not a legal knee. With that being said, Arnold Allen's takedown defense has been very good against everybody. Now we look at Lerone Murphy. Is his takedown defense very good? Yes. Has he been able to pull out that spinning elbow and knock somebody out? Yes. In the last fight he did against Aaron Pico, he was able to do it. But dude, Mozart Evloev and Aaron Pico are completely different fighters. Aaron Pico was rushing in that fight. He didn't set up a single takedown. Watch the whole fight. He's literally just trying to press. He's trying to press Lerone against the cage. There's no, like, you gotta fake a little bit and then you gotta shoot, right? He's just going straight. He thought he could just power through him. He thinks he's some sort of like Bobby Lashley is doing some WWE shit, is going into him. And Lerone saw him doing that a couple of times, and Lerone was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. Because he's gonna come again very hard, and I'm gonna do a spinning elbow, and that's what he caught him. But Lerone Murphy versus Dan Ige. Watch that fight. Dan Ige took him down. And Mozart Evloev took Dan Ige down. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, Mozart gets it done. Who's Zaggy? Yo, from India. Love to India. Who is your favorite fighter? Dude, my favorite fighter right now, my favorite fighter before was Khabib and Tony Ferguson. And now you're going to say, but those guys were supposed to fight each other. How could you have two favorite fighters? I just love those guys. I wanted them to fight, but we can never get to see that fight. But I love Tony. Tony, just a style, man, and the personality. Like, this guy was ready to just go. And Khabib, obviously, I love Khabib. Right now, it's Hamza Chimaev just because of the personality. Who is the best fighter? Best fighter is Islam Makhachev and Ilia Topuria. Those guys are best fighters. But Hamza Chimaev is my favorite personality just because the stare downs, dude. Everything about Hamza Chimaev, like, watch this guy before the fight in the cage. Like, he'll be looking at you. I love that. I love that style. I'm saying that because I don't think Lerone will just get held down. Okay, Amos Goldie, you know what? I'm not going to claim I know that because I really don't. I just think Mozart has improved. So watch his last fight against Sterling. He controlled Sterling more than he controlled Arnold Allen. And is Arnold Allen a better defensive wrestler than Sterling? No, but Mozart was he was becoming better. Like, with Arnold Allen, he had good wrestling. He was able to take him down. He didn't have good ground control. With Sterling, we saw the improvements. We saw the adjustments. We saw the evolution in the ground game. He was able to do it. I think this is what he's going to apply. Can Murphy surprise me? Yes, Murphy can surprise me. I don't think Murphy has fought like a wrestler as good as Mozart Evloev. So it's a test for Murphy as well. Maybe he does have that takedown defense in his pocket. Maybe he does have that ground defensive jiu-jitsu in his pocket that I'm not aware of. So we'll find out. Lerone uses oblique kicks and spinning kicks too. Oh, he does. He does. He's beautiful at that stuff. He did pretty good with the Edson Barboza, and Edson is a good leg kicker. And step in elbows. I'm picking Mozart, but I'm not counting on Murphy. Yes, yes, I'm on the same page as you. I'm not counting on Murphy. I cannot count on Murphy, especially after the last performance, because his criticism was like, "Oh, Murphy, he's a good striker. He's a good boy, but title shot. I don't think he's gonna get the title. This guy doesn't get the finishes. He doesn't. He doesn't get the finish. He will get exposed. But last fight, he did get a beautiful elbow, so I can't count him out. He can definitely win. I just don't think it's gonna be his day. No, brother, Sterling took him down every time. No, bro, no. Sterling took him down most times. Yes, Sterling took him down most times. But what does that tell you? By the way, Sterling wrestling surprised me because Sterling is more like a ground control guy, right? In that fight, his wrestling was on point. Loved it. I think it's the power because he put a weight on and he was able to shoot those beautiful like double legs and he was able to pick up Mozart actually slams him. Yes, beautiful wrestling. But Sterling is known for getting the back of the people. He's so good at getting the back. Like he did it to Yan. He did it to other fighters. He choked out Corey Sandhagen. Why couldn't he do that to Mozart either? Because Mozart's good at like ground control. That's what I'm saying. Like his jiu-jitsu actually improved. But Mozart took him down in that fight as well. Trust me, he took him down. Let me pull up the stats, by the way. Let me pull up the stats of that fight. I can remember Mozart taking him down too. Mozart. Okay, so we're just going to go through the stats right now. What's your favorite weight class to watch UFC fights in? Dude, heavyweight is the worst. That I can tell you right now. Like heavyweight, there's nothing that happens at heavyweights. There's guys who are like blown up heavyweights who could easily fight a light heavyweights. There's guys who are like doing the bar fights. There's no technique, nothing. So heavyweight is definitely the worst weight class, except like Tom Aspinall, Cyril Gano, those guys. The favorite weight class right now is either 170 that I'm interested about because there's so many names. Michael Morales, Carlos Pradas, Ian Gary, Islam Makhachev, Kamaru Usman, Joaquin Buckley, Leon Edwards, Bilal Muhammad. Remember the name. There's so many guys. 155, Ilya Topuria, Justin Gaethje, Arman Tsarukyan. These two weight classes actually they excite me a lot. 135 a little bit. Marab and those guys like PDN. But I'll say like 170. Maybe 170 is like the hottest right now, I would say. 185 Hamza Chimaev, but like 185 doesn't have as much competition as 170, I believe. I think 170 is like the hardest right now. Like on the ground, yes, Mozart took him down, you understood. Took him down after Sterling first took him down. No, he took him down after Sterling first took him down. That is possibly possible. Abe Davios nuclear class. That is the nuclear class. I'm teaching them how to build a nuclear bomb, guys. It's a nuclear class. Okay, so it was Pantoja was fighting Asakura in that. Okay, I'm gonna give you the stats. When will Mozart fight? That is tomorrow, bro. Is the timing is gonna be? Oh, dude, I don't even know the time because UFC actually puts on the shows at like the worst times. Mostly, even in UK, like last time they put on the show for the American fans. Dude, they put on the show at like 1 o'clock at night. They start the fights at like 1 o'clock at night. Then there's prelims for like 2 hours. That finishes 3 o'clock. Then you have the main event card. That finishes at like 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock. So I hope it's not that time, but I can check quickly. Okay, so Imis, goalie. We're actually going through the stats right now. Because me and you are having very good argument right now. You're just trying to prove a point that Aljamain Sterling is a better wrestler than Mozart Evloev. And I'm trying to negate that argument. Let me check. Okay, takedowns. Mozart Evloev, dude, he finished 4 of the 5 takedowns, by the way. 4 to 5 takedowns. Aljamain Sterling, 6 of 8 takedowns. So Aljamain Sterling did get more takedowns, but Mozart Evloev did get 4 takedowns. So it wasn't like, oh, he didn't get a takedown. He did get takedowns. And by the way, takedown accuracy, 80% for Evloev, 75% for Sterling. So, I mean, both of these guys did pretty good. Are you from India, bro? No, I'm not from India. I am from Pakistan. I bet it on Joshua Wen. I have to do is a big underdog. I think Joshua Wen can pressure, box, and win. Are you talking about Tetsuro Taira versus Joshua Wen? I'm going for Tetsuro Taira. I just think Joshua Wen is really good, and people are saying his takedown defense is really good. I just don't think it's gonna hold up against Tetsuro Taira. I just see Tetsuro as like one of the best guys in the division. I think he's so underrated, bro. He's so underrated. I think he's really good. Do you have any MMA experience? Yes. I mean, I've done 2 interclubs, MMA interclubs. I've done 2 boxing interclubs. I've done 2 kickboxing interclubs. I've done a few jiu-jitsu competitions. So I do have MMA experience. I would say I have it, but if you want to talk about like pro level or like serious fights, no. No, I'm just saying what happened. LOL. I didn't say he's a better wrestler than Movistar. Tyra against Royal, I've watched, and Tyra isn't good at striking going backwards. Okay, maybe not. I need to watch more video on Tyra, by the way, because I only saw him dominating Brandon Moreno. I have I haven't watched a lot of Tyra. I'm not gonna lie. I watched his fights where he dominated. Those are the fights that I watched. And him versus Joshua Wan. Okay, Joshua Wan is gonna put the pressure on, but I just have a feeling that Tyra would be able to take him down. I just have a feeling if he can't, then he's fucked. But I will definitely watch him going backwards against a guy. Give me an example of a fight where he's going backwards so I can actually watch that fight and be like, oh shit, Tara, I overestimated you. Bait Live is saying, Sing, time to stop this. I'm not gonna stop it. Just because somebody pop on my live and says stop it, I'm not gonna stop it. I don't stop like that. Must be fun at jiu-jitsu so matter what. Yeah, jiu-jitsu is fun, dude. Jiu-jitsu, like 2 guys on top of each other, dude. Sweaty guys, rolling, body to body connection, getting the back, triangle chokes, choking guys out. It's like one of the best experience. These guys do all of that to me. I'm curious how the Dagestanis have adapted the cage to their purpose, given that their supporting background is in open match. Oh, that's a good question, by the way. Never thought about it. I think they had to learn about that. But I think one thing that actually did help them with that is because they were not just doing wrestling; they were doing sambo. Now, sambo also involves kind of like judo because sambo they're doing with a gi. So in wrestling, you can get like quick double leg, right? Gonna chain level, quick double leg. Oh, Dagestani guys can do it because Russia has very good wrestling. So obviously, but they're training with the Olympic level guys. But they also have judo. Every guy in Dagestan does judo because it's very helpful in sambo because you can get the grip with that because they're fighting in the gi literally, and you can get the throws. There are different type of throws that do. And against the cage, sometimes your typical doubles and singles don't work because people use the cage and they kind of get the underhooks and they can defend the takedowns. But if you have sambo takedowns, like with Islam Makhachev, you'll watch it. Like these guys are good at tripping, man. Like they're so good at tripping because judo involves a lot of tripping. Who does it? Merab does it very well. You had Islam Makhachev, you had Khabib doing it. So I think that's the difference. MS Goldie, bro, watch Joshua Wan versus Ray Tusia. That's the exact way Wan beats him up. Okay, I need to watch that fight. Was that like a long time ago? All right, man. Peace. Yo, cool guy, man. Have a good one. Take care of yourself. Okay, let me check actually. Joshua Wan versus Ray Tusia. Okay, Ray Surya by unanimous decision 30-27 on March 8, 2025. Oh, that is actually not even that long ago, to be honest. How did I miss that fight? If MMA were an Olympic sport, how would you view such countries would win? Which countries would win? Dude, that would be a good one. I think Russia would take it. I think Russia because they have sambo, right? And sambo is like the best base for MMA because you have a lot of judo involved, you have a lot of wrestling involved, you have it's not a lot of striking because you can't knock anybody out with a headshot. It's you can only do punches to the body. So those guys are not the best strikers, but because they're so used to mixing the strikes and like controlling guys on the ground, like you'll see USA has good wrestlers. They have good NCAA guys. They have good Olympic guys, but they don't have the ground control. Like Bo Nickel, he's a good wrestler, but he doesn't have good ground control. That's where he struggles. But sambo guys, because they deal with the submissions from a very young age, they do have ground control. So I just think Russian guys take it. I mean, Brazilian guys could be good. USA guys could be good. I just think Russia has way more talents. Russia at the moment, Russia would take it. Okay, Joshua Wan won it 10. Okay, I will watch that fight. I will watch Joshua Wan's fight. Let me check out the record of Joshua Wan actually. Joshua Wan. What's his UFC record? Joshua Wan. UFC record. Mobstar, I still don't want to cash out my Lerone bet because I could see him winning still. Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, I see it. I see it. It can go either way, to be honest. It can go either way. I don't blame you. Okay, we're looking at Joshua Wan's UFC record. Terry, are you from a jiu-jitsu background or wrestling? Well, I do sort of MMA, jiu-jitsu or wrestling. I've competed in like a few jiu-jitsu competitions, but my game is wrestling. I'm not gonna lie, even the jiu-jitsu comps that I went to, I was wrestling the whole time. Like I was literally just take the guys down and I would just stay on top of them. Um almonds well saying handsome. Yo. Of course. Because you gotta say those things, man. You just gotta call me handsome. Every time you say those things, I pray for you. Oh. All right, Joshua Wan, he beat Pentos in the last fight. What a beautiful performance that was by Joshua Wan. What a tremendous way to break somebody's arm. That was all pre-planned. Joshua Wan versus Brandon Royval. Oh, dude, that fight. We actually watched it at Big Players. Oh my god, that fight. It was one of the best fights. The output on those guys like Joshua Wan and Brandon Royval. Brandon Royval is one of those guys. He fights like Nate Diaz. Literally like Nate Diaz. He's not going to take a back step. And these guys were just putting on each other. But I'm not going to take much from that fight. The only thing I'm going to take from that fight is Joshua Wan is actually very technical when it comes to boxing. And he does have a dog in him. Like, he can move forward. MMA match, Wan beats Royval and Royval beats Tyra. See, that's also the thing. Because Royval is actually good on the ground. He's got very solid jiu-jitsu. Van might have it. I just suspect that he doesn't. We'll find out anyway. He does have good takedown defense for sure. Bruno Silva versus Joshua Wan. That's again a good win, man. Like Bruno Silva is a good fighter. Then you have Ray Soria. I missed that fight. I didn't actually watch that fight. Okay, maybe that's the fight that I need to watch because that's one of like the recent fights that he had. But yeah, MMA fight, MMA match just never works. Just never works. It just one of those things. Styles makes matches. Styles makes fights. Okay, what other fights are we excited about? Okay, let me ask you guys. Let me ask you guys one question because I'm gonna pull up like the best card in the UFC. This card, dude, I have an argument that UFC 327 might be the best card, so I'm gonna pull up that card. Can you do another live about races? Oh, you want to talk about races now? Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. You're probably from the same race as me, so yeah. Well, we gotta defend the brown race, man. We gotta fight for the brown people, dude. Brown lives matter, man. Sakona, I am back. Yo, Sakona, how you doing, bro? Good to see ya. But yeah, we'll make it controversial. We'll do the lives about races. We'll do just race comparison. Then we will have races from all sides. We will have brown races here, and then we need some white races, and we need some black races, and then we'll just talk racist shit. I am pure white. Are you a pure white? Okay, that's good, man. That's good. Then it's gonna be between us. It's going to be between me and you. So white versus brown. We're going to see which one is a superior. You might see a bit of brown supremacy here. You might be seeing that. Anyway, guys, we're looking at Prohaska versus Olberg. Prohaska versus Olberg. This is like one of the best fights. This is one of the best fights. This is one of the best cards. Main event is Prohaska versus Olberg. Who do you guys have winning? I have Prohaska winning because I don't think anybody can crack his chin unless your name is Alex Pereira, and he has proved that in the past. Like people have hurt him so many times. Who has not hurt him? Dominic Reyes hurt him. Glover Teixeira took him down, out-grappled him. Rakic was putting it on him. What's his name? Roundtree was putting it on him. Jamal Hill was putting it on him, but he just ended up winning. What do you think of Alberg? I never seen him fight. I've seen him fight. Alberg is a more fundamental fighter. He's a way more fundamental fighter, fundamentally more technical, and he's got power. He's been able to drop people. He doesn't one shot KO power. I just don't think it's going to be good enough to actually sleep Prohaska, because Prohaska has the ability to take a shot from anyone unless your name is Alex Pereira. But I think Alberg has never been in a barn burner fight like this. I think once he hits Prohaska with his beautiful shots and Prohaska is not going down, I think things will get hard. And Prohaska will start putting it on him. And I think that's the time when we'll find out how big of a dog Alberg is and can he thrive through this type of fight. And there might be something that I'm missing. Maybe Alberg is a dog. Maybe he can take all sort of damage. And we'll find out about that. But until now, I just think Prohaska will be too much. I put 500 on a guaranteed parlay: Lopez, Rufi, Nickel, O'Malley, and Topuria. Let me check. Lopez versus Danny Garcia. Who's he fighting? Steve Garcia, right? It's a good fight. It's a good fight. It could go either way. I'm gonna have to watch more fights on Steve Garcia, but apparently he is good, man. He does have a lot of power. Rufi, I think that's kind of a safe win. I don't see a path for Michael Chandler to actually win. Chandler's good at like exploding, right? I just don't think he's gonna get to Rufi. And if he takes him down, like Chandler's not like a Brazilian jiu-jitsu specialist. It's not like Chandler's gonna shoot a triangle. He's not doing that. Bo Nickel versus Kyle Dawkins. Consider that one. Reconsider that one, because you're looking at Bo Nickel and you're like NCAA guy. Watch Kyle Dawkins. Kyle Dawkins is actually pretty solid. O'Malley, safe win. O'Malley KO. This is a made up match. O'Malley versus, because Eamon's hobby, he's not that technical. He's a dog. He can power through the things, but O'Malley's just way too technical. Topuria, yes, bet the house on him. Topuria is winning, definitely. Jerry, round 4 gonna break him. You believe round 4? I think it's gonna be around that time. It might be round 3 or like round 3 maybe. I'm going for round 3. Then you have Curtis Blades versus Josh Hockett. Oh, Curtis Blades versus Josh Hockett. I don't know if you know Josh Hockett, by the way. Josh Hockett, his promos are like the best. His promos are better than his fights. His promos, his post-fight interviews, he's always talking some political shit. That's what he's doing, and I wait for that. Him versus Curtis Blades, so it's a wrestler versus a wrestler. We'll find out how good Josh Hockett is. Josh Hockett has got a bit of a momentum behind him, whereas Curtis Blades is kind of like up and down at the moment. So I might go with Josh Hockett in that. Oh, sorry. Then you have Dominic Reyes versus Johnny Walker. Now, here's the thing. Dominic Reyes has seen a time. I mean, both of these guys were so good at a point that they were like, oh, these guys are going to be next champions. I remember when Johnny Walker actually came, everyone was like, after 4 fights, when he's knocking everybody out, and he's knocking them out in the most emphatic, in the most entertaining way possible. Like, this guy was so artistic. He was so creative. He's doing spinning elbows. He's doing like those big elbows. He's athletically one of the best guys. He's doing the flying knees. He's not putting people to sleep. People are like, John Jones versus him. Just book it now. And then he gets exposed in one fight. And then he gets exposed in another fight. So 2 things get exposed about him. First thing, grappling. Grappling gets exposed about him. People are like, oh shit, he can't grapple. He's probably improved a little bit now. And then people are like, oh, he doesn't have a chin. Like, you hit him hard. All right, he gonna hit you hard. He's got power. He's explosive. He's technical. But once he gets hit hard, that's it. He got exposed. Dominic Reyes, also one of those guys that people were like, okay, this guy's gonna be the champion. And to me, he should have been the champion. He won the fight against John Jones. Guys, I watched that fight 3 times. Watch it. Watch it again. Watch it again. Watch it 5 times. You will come to the conclusion that Dominic Reyes won that fight 3-2 every single time. I give you that. Like Gustafsson fight, all right, that was close. Dominic Reyes fight, no, that was not even. Was it a close fight? Yes, but it wasn't close to the point where you're like, oh, I can't see anyone winning. I'm like wondering, did John actually take that round? No, he didn't. He took 2 rounds. That's it. Dominic Reyes won the first 3 rounds. He definitely won it. Have you ever watched any of the Fedor fights? Yeah, I did. I did watch his Pride fights, and I did watch his. I mean, the UFC fight was terrible, to be honest. Like, I think it was washed by the time he came. I watched like a few of Bellator fights as well. Fedor was a monster. I posted a question on my YouTube, by the way, where I'm asking who is the greatest fighter of all time. Is it Fedor? John GSP or DJ Mighty Mouse. Like these are my. Oh no, actually I didn't put Fedor in that. I put Khabib in that because I'm asking about UFC. If you're asking about the UFC, Fedor didn't have a good UFC career. Probably had like one or two fights he got washed. But if you're talking about like overall MMA fighter, Fedor is definitely on the list. So Dominic Reyes versus Johnny Walker. It's a good fight. I think Dominic Reyes is doing better than Johnny Walker right now, so I'm picking him by a finish. His early days were absolutely unbelievable. Like Fedor could do everything. He had hands. Fedor has good hand speed. Fedor could wrestle. He had good judo takedowns as well. Fedor had good submissions as well. Like from the top, like control. He had good submissions, like the Kimura that he was able to get. So Fedor was a complete fighter. He definitely was good, but I don't think he was as good as John Jones. John Jones is just so good at mixing. Fedor was more vicious than John Jones, but John Jones is more technical than Fedor. That's what I would say. Then you have Paulo Costa fighting Mirzakhanov. I haven't watched much of Mirzakhanov, just like a few fights maybe. I think Paulo Costa, if we see like a number, if we see like an old prime Paulo Costa might get it. But Mirzakhanov is actually doing better than Paulo Costa. He's like undefeated right now. So why am I wearing a jacket indoors? Holy shit, dude! Fuck that shit. Take it off. I didn't pay attention. You know what? You guys gotta tell me those things. You guys gotta tell me those things. By the way, I just realized because now I took it off. I feel like I'm cold. Do I put it back on now? Do I just put it back on now? Because I have no heating on in the room. And it's cold. You got me bad. And I am gonna have to spend my time with it now. Because I can't do it. I can't look like a loser again. You made me look like a loser one time, asked me to take my jacket off. When a girl asked me to take my jacket off, I said, men's not hot. And you asked me to take my jacket off, and I took it for you. But I'm not going to put it on again. Rufi beats Justin. Gene Silva beats Movsar. Gene Silva could KO. Rufi beats Justin. Agree. Gene Silva beats Movsar. Interesting. But because considering Gene Silva has very good grappling, I saw his match against Bryce Mitchell as well. And Movsar is not as good a striker as Gene Silva. Gene Silva is also very tricky. He's also very artistic. So yes, I do agree with this assessment. He's likely to beat him. John Silva could KO Volky, possible. And Prodes might lose 2 rounds, then chin JDM. That is also possible. So Prodes versus JDM is a very interesting fight because JDM is more like a combination striker, right? He's a combination striker. Prodes is more like a one-shot KO artist. But Prodes sets it up really well. He has decent footwork. Watch what he did against Leon Edwards. That was good footwork. He moved back, then he moved in. The way he's doing it. Watch how he's playing with his feet. Prodes has unbelievable clinch work. His knees are beautiful. He does beautiful elbows from the clinch as well. So it's one of those fights where JDM just has to fight very careful. And I don't think he fights careful. He's not like Ian Gary. Like Ian Gary was able to beat Prodes because he was able to play the evasive game. JDM plays the pocket game. So I think JDM loses that one. I see Prodes sparking him. But JDM is tough. You never know. Silva ain't carrying Walk. Dude, Silva has power. Silva is he's very creative. So that is a possibility. But again, the thing is, Volk has got a lot of experience and he's been to 5 rounds many times. Silva, we haven't seen him against a really high level competition yet. Like Silva, I don't know how tough he is. I don't know what happens when things actually get tough. And I don't even know about his chin. Like he got slapped by Lopez. So we don't really know if Volk actually puts it on him. Maybe if Silva doesn't have that in him. Like Silva does have like visually he does have a dog in him. He's always like hoop 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 hoop. But I just don't know if he has a dog in the cage. Like if the things get really hard, if the fight is in the 4th round and both these guys are blooded, I don't know if Silva's still going to be ho ho. If he's still going to be doing this, I don't know that. Justin was very good. He shouldn't get emotional against Lopez. It costed him probably. Yeah, I think he was just pressing too hard. He should have played more technical, right? Shouldn't have taken as many chances. It looked like he was running into him, right? The fighting nerds speak about IQ, but their grappling is shit. Not all of them. Silva's grappling is not shit. Did he get out grappled by Lopez? Yes, he did. But he's a good grappler. Watch his grappling match against Bryce Mitchell. He did pretty good. I was surprised like how he was finishing takedowns on Bryce. Maybe he like outweighed him as well. Um, the fighting nerds speak about IQ, but the grappling is shit. So unintelligent. Dude, Prada's grappling is shit. Ruthie grappling is shit from the fights that they had previously. Now I am sure they're actually improving it. Kaio actually has decent grappling. So Kaio has decent grappling. His jiu-jitsu is actually solid, even from bottom. Silva, I think Silva is better than everyone. I think when it comes, even because Silva can finish the takedowns too. He's pretty strong. It just depends like who you. No, Barayo's grappling is good, bro. Like who's been able to out-grapple Barayo? If you're saying he sparred with Hamza Shemaev and Hamza Shemaev ragdolled him, I don't think that's good enough statement to make because who doesn't Shemaev actually ragdolls? Shemaev trains with anyone who's gonna ragdoll them if it's just a grappling match, right? So if he was getting submitted by Shemaev, I know Shemaev did dominate him in grappling. Shemaev dominated what's the other guy named? The Russian guy, the Dagestani guy, Imavov. Shemaev also dominated Imavov apparently in grappling, but Shemaev is just a good grappler, right? He's just one of the best. Basila got taken down from his own mistake. Remember, he threw a predictable spinning back kick. Yeah, and how many times did he try it in that fight? Like that wasn't the only time, right? He was trying a lot. Like don't just telegraph it. And Lopez is strong. Like you gotta give it to Lopez doesn't have a fast shot. Like I would say that thing about Lopez, right? Like you see some of the Russian guys, they've done like wrestling at a very high level. Like Shimaev is a fast shot. Like the speed on that thing. Movsar has a fast shot. Like speed on that thing. Lopez doesn't have a fast shot, and that's why he doesn't finish a lot of takedowns in MMA. But when he does get the body lock, he's pretty strong. Like even Volk said that Lopez actually felt really strong in the last fight, and he couldn't even get close to getting back up. Yeah, dude, it's a thing, right? I don't know. Silva just didn't have good grappling in that fight. It just seemed like his grappling was just not on that level. But watch his like new grappling match against Bryce Mitchell. He did pretty good. Now, with that being said, Lopez is actually much stronger than Bryce. I think Bryce is also fighting 135 now, so he's not a strong. Bryce is not like physically strong, so maybe that's one of the reasons that Silva could just sort of like manhandle him. This guy is a nightmare. He's literally smothers you like an anaconda. He's so fluid. Which one are you talking about? Are you talking about like Are you talking about Shimaev? Shimaev is that guy, by the way. He did get up in round 2 when he overthrew and Lopez took him down. Trying to remember actually. So he got taken down twice, right? Oh yeah, he was able to get back up. So the first time, round 1, he didn't get back up. Round 2, he did get back up, as far as I can remember. Bird. He's talking about the bird. What is he talking about? Yeah. So I mean, I think John Silva's grappling is sort of underrated. I think the only thing is that if he goes against Movsar Evloev, although I can see him beating Evloev, but at the same time, I can see Evloev controlling him as well because Evloev is a strong dude. Evloev is pretty, like, look at Evloev right now before the veins. Like, this dude is fully jacked. He's not eating sugar for like the last 2-3 years. And he's like, I'm not eating any sugar until I become the UFC champion. I like that sort of commitment. No, round 1, he did get back up actually as well. You sure? You sure he get back up? But I think he had good control time in round 1. Like Lopez actually had very good control time. So if you're getting back up after like 1.5 minutes, that's not very impressive because you already given him 1.5 minutes. I like guys who just get back up, like your butt touches the ground and you use the momentum of that ground touching and then you just get back up. Just don't accept the position like Arnold Allen, right? Arnold Allen, even though he's not known for being like the best defensive wrestler or whatever, dude was getting back up right after when Mozart was taking him down. And I mean, I think part of that goes to Mozart as well because I feel like he didn't have the best ground control when he fought him. But when he actually fought Aljo, I think that's the thing he improved. He improved like the jiu-jitsu part of the game, the top control part of the game. He did that. Even the sweeps and like the reversing the game. I think Mozart is just a better guy now overall. Gene is stronger than Arnold Allen in their fight, and Arnold Allen did well against Mozart in terms of strength. I mean that's kind of true as well. Gene actually, yeah, that is true. Like Gene did pretty good against Arnold Allen. He looked pretty strong against Arnold Allen. Even in striking, he looked really good. So I mean, man, this is one of those things, right? Like now, how do we even compare? Like this, first of all, this is MMA mathematics, and then second of all, this is the thing where you're like, okay, are these the same guys? By the way, when Arnold Allen actually fought Mozart Evloev, that was like 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I think, because Mozart actually doesn't fight very frequent. So that was like a long time ago. And then Arnold Allen today, like what are we talking about? Is that the same Arnold Allen? Has he improved? Has he is his game diminished? What Mozart Evloev are we talking about? Are we talking about the same Evloev? Has he improved? Well, I saw the improvements in the Sterling fight for sure. Which John Silver are we talking about? Like, are we talking about like an improved version of John Silver? I feel like John Silver's improved as well. I feel like him versus Lopez, he was just kind of like he was emotional. He was running towards him. He wasn't setting up the shots against Lopez. He was overconfident. Against Arnold Allen, he was a much more methodical fighter. Like, watch the first round. He wasn't even letting his hands go. He was playing very technical. And once he started getting comfortable, that's when he actually started picking up the shots. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens and if they actually get pegged up. Oh, by the way, I got one for you. By the way, MS, I got one for you. I got one for you. I promise you, Aljo scored every takedown against Mozart. And once it was on the ground, Mozart reversed. Sometimes it got like one or two. Dude, no, I can't be misremembering it. I have the stats in front of me. I literally have the stats in front of me. No, I have the stats in front of me. And by the way, are we devaluing Aljamain Sterling? Aljamain Sterling is the guy who controlled Peter Yan. Peter Yan has such solid takedown defense and good defensive grappling. Aljo controlled him, got his back. And watch, I opened the stats for you, right? Let me see if I can see the stats again. So, fuck, I can't find it again. Yes, I have the stats in front of me. I have the stats right in front of me. So, Movsar Evloev versus Aljamain Sterling. Aljamain Sterling finished 6 of 8 takedowns. And now we could have an argument about what is a takedown. Maybe it was like one of those takedowns was like Mosas's butt just touched the ground and he got back up right after that and they called it a takedown. I don't know, right? I need to watch the fight back to see like what type of takedowns they were. But Evloev also got like 4 or 5 takedowns. He attempted 5 takedowns and he got 4 takedowns. And these are the takedowns that he attempted. But also he reversed the position of Aljo sometimes. So I think Mozart came out to be better grappler of those two. It was a good fight, but he came out as better grappler. Joey, how are you doing, by the way? Good to see you. So, to say that Mozart hasn't improved, I think it's an understatement. And I'm talking about ground control. I'm not talking about like the shots of Mozart. I'm not talking about the wrestling of Mozart. We already know that Mozart is one of the best wrestlers when it comes to like the shooting for the takedowns. But I feel like his grappling, like ground control, he was able to stay there and control him. Aljo wants to grapple. It's a different matchup if to Mozart if he finds Gene Silva. Look, I understand what you're saying, and you might be right here because Aljo actually wanted to stay on the ground. So the reason why Mozart was able to like flip him and get the top position, outmaneuver him, was probably because Aljo wanted to stay there, right? He's trying to play the jiu-jitsu game. But maybe Gene Silva is not going to do that. Maybe as soon as he finds the opportunity, as soon as he finds a bit of separation, he gets back up. Maybe that might be the reason. And once they are on the feed, maybe Mozart spend a bit of energy. Gene Silva catches him. But one thing I like about Mozart, he's not one of those guys who's just gonna stay on you and be there to get hit. Watch his footwork. Like I think we undervalue his striking too because his footwork is actually really good. He's good at like closing the distance. He's also good at like staying outside, being evasive. So Gene Silva wouldn't have much of a speed advantage against him. Yeah, Joey, do you watch any like UFC events as well? Are you watching the fights? There's like a London fight night card tomorrow. It's a pretty interesting event. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying like, would it be an interesting matchup? Yes, but I have one. I have one matchup for you, by the way. Goalie, I have one matchup for you. Who do you think is winning between Patricio Pitbull versus Aaron Pico? This is the one. I know it's going to be hard for you to pick because these guys are both from Bellator. They both lost their first fight, but this is the one that actually excites me. We already saw most are not controlling Allen, bro. That's enough for me to show. No, both Volk and Gene Silva beats him. Also, Aljo sucks and would get schooled, but Aljo sucks. Dude, I've never heard this. Oh my god. Aljo sucks. The former 135 pound champion. The guy that some people are actually calling the greatest Benevit of all time. I know it's Merab. Merab is the greatest Benevit of all time. But at some point, they were calling Aljo the greatest Benevit of all time. The guy who actually has a lot of submissions in UFC. The guy who finished Corey Sandhagen in the first round. The guy who controlled Peter Yan. Although I do think Peter Yan was winning the first fight. But yeah, I think Aljo is underrated. Who beat Aljo? Sean O'Malley. He was the one who beat him clean. Like, but he dominated Brian Ortega as well. So I don't know why Aljo is getting undervalued here. Do you play video games? I enjoy your haircut. Do I play video game? I don't play video games. I played chess today. I got ragdolled by my brother. Actually, I'm not gonna lie, but my brother is actually really good at chess. It's like a bow. Wait, you enjoy my haircut? Couldn't you have said like my haircut is nice? What do you mean you enjoy my haircut? What are you doing right now? Okay, what are we doing? Aljo's striking defense against Ortega. Okay, I'm not saying anything about Aljo's striking defense, right? I know it's shit. I know Aljo, dude. Aljo is not fast. Like that's what I'm saying. Like Aljo is there to get hit. Like Mozart is one of those guys who's very quick on his feet. Mozart is like boom, boom, boom. He's back. He's out. Not the best striker, but his footwork is fast. He's fast at moving outside and inside. Aljo is not fast at moving inside and outside. He's kind of there to get hit. So I wouldn't be surprised if Aljo gets caught against like any good level guys. No, no, sorry, only Aljo against Ortega sucks. Pitbull. Pico has a lot of skills, but too bad IQ. Okay. Yeah, I mean Pitbull is pretty much at the end of his career as well, so I don't really know. Like Pico, here's the thing: Pico has good skills, right? UFC was trying to hype him up a lot as well because Pico is one of those guys who's got good hands. Like Pico can actually bang too. He's not just a wrestler, and he's got very good like college wrestling background. But it's just like he just wants to get in wars. Even I watched like a few of his Bellator fights. This guy loves to fight. He just loves to be in wars. That's what he loves. Ugh. Oh, guys, well, let me tell you something interesting. By the way, I'm most probably going on a run with Michael Bisping around 11 o'clock outside Hilton. Michael Bisping is coming to London, and he has actually posted like an open invitation for guys to actually join in for a run, and hopefully that will be fun. Hmm. Lerone was the underdog against Pico at the time. What do you think? Yeah, it was because Pico was pretty hot in Bellator. Was he not like a champion in Bellator? And I mean, people actually thought that he could take a shot as well. And Pico had all the talents. Pico could wrestle. Pico could box. So people were like, okay, Pico is just gonna light him up. And also, Lerone got taken down by Dan Ige, so people were expecting Pico to actually control him, but it turned out to be a different sort of fight. Like if you look at the hands of Pico, Pico was actually doing pretty good boxing work. He was lighting Lerone up on the body. He did it a few times, but then he just ran into him. Keep an eye on Bisping. I had to keep an eye on Bisping. Can Bisping keep an eye on me? Maybe on one side, not on the other side. Yeah, I do wanna interview him actually tomorrow if I don't know how many people are gonna turn up to be honest, because if there's just way too many people then I might not even get time to spend time with him. But I do want to record like an interview, asking for any sort of advice to be honest, because this guy's a legend in the sport. He's a former UFC middleweight champion. So if he can give me a piece of advice, that would be good. Same today, Kita is the favorite against Nathaniel Wood, which is strange for me because I think Wood is gonna clip him from a counter and win a decision after. I haven't seen Kita fight much, but Wood is pretty good. But Nathaniel Wood only does leg kicks. He doesn't do any body kicks or like the head kicks because I think Wood is gonna clip him from a counter and win a decision after. I feel like I need to watch more Kita to actually be able to make a definitive decision. But Nathaniel Wood actually trains at my gym. He's literally like a coach at my gym as well. Nathaniel Wood. Like I train in Great Top Team GBD, and Nathaniel Wood is from the same gym. Uh, okay, so if we go back to the same card, Cub Swanson is fighting Nate Landwehr. Oh my God, that is a banger of a fight. They both like to throw hands. They're putting some legends here, man. I think Cub Swanson gets it done. It'll be a good one. And then we have another good one, which is Matthias Gamrot on the same card is fighting Esteban Ribovics. Now, Matthias Gamrot is a good grappler with not so good striking. Esteban Ribovics, if you watch his fight, this guy's a. I think he might have like a fight of the year last year, right? Him versus another guy. I'm forgetting the name right now, but he just puts on the show. This guy's from Argentina. Oh man, I'm in love with this guy. I still think Gamrot might be too much just because of the experience level. And I was watching Keaton paying attention to his just his opponents as I was watching, and they're horrible. So Keaton's opponents were horrible. Yeah, it's one of those guys. Um, Kevin Holland versus Randy Brown. Kevin Holland, I get Kevin Holland. Like Randy Brown is fine, but Kevin Holland is just. I think he's a little bit more slick, and it's a good thing for Kevin Holland that he actually just took a break for like a few months because this guy was fighting like every 2 weeks or like every month or something like this. It's good to take break and let your body recover and then come up with a different game plan and make some improvements actually. Because previously it was just like he was on autopilot. He was just fighting. If there was no time, there was no room to actually make any sort of improvements to his game. But I like that. Then you have Tatiana Suarez versus Lupi Godinez. Um, I mean, Lupi Godinez, have I seen her fight? I think I've seen her. Yes, I think Tatiana would be too much for her in that fight. Tatiana's record is 12-1. Lupi's record is 14-5. Tatiana's got a bit of a reach advantage, actually massive reach advantage. So it's 2 a.m. I gotta go enjoy the fights. Okay, I am from Yucatan as well, by the way. I'm I gotta go to sleep as well because I gotta go run with Bisping tomorrow. I think I might stay for like 10 more minutes and then just leave around like 2 o'clock. But yeah, have a good sleep. No, I was watching Keaton playing. Yep. I might actually just finish the live now, like in a few minutes, because also I gotta wake up. I gotta get something to eat as well. Then you have Calvin Gastelum versus Vincente Luque. They're putting the legends again, and I feel like both of these guys are good. Anything can happen. Sleep like a stillness. Sleep like a stillness. I mean, it is not dynamic. It's for sure like a stillness. Okay, so Celsius. I didn't take a shower for weeks, and my neighbor suddenly started calling me an Indian. I wonder why. A true story, dude. Are you taking jabs at me, dude? This is a good way to actually come at me indirectly. All right, dude. Thank you for that balance. Uh, if you're talking about sleep balancing your life, that is true. Mm. Uh, Vincente Luque. So, who is excited about this card, by the way? Who is watching Gastelum versus Vincente Luque? Why can't I even open this? Fuck. I think my laptop is stuck. Yeah, yeah, it is a good balance, bro. What do you think is the ideal amount of time that people should be sleeping? And what's the time that you actually spend sleeping? For me personally, I mean, it varies from days to days. Yesterday, I did not yesterday, the night before, I did not sleep for a single second. And I'm not even lying, and I was fasting throughout the whole day. It was the last fast of Ramadan. And guess what time I actually broke my fast? So I slept around like 5 o'clock. So imagine the day before, I woke up around like 3 o'clock. And then after that, throughout the whole time, I am awake. I am awake until 5 the next day. I didn't have a sleep at night. I worked throughout the whole day with no sleep, and then I go to sleep around 5:30, and then I go wake up at 9:30, and that's when I break my fast. And some days it's like 6 hours, but I guess 6 hours is like ideal. Six set. No, actually 6 wouldn't be ideal. 6 is like the minimum. 8 hours would be ideal. Pay attention, and you will know. I 100 by day to more active, more sleep. Look, I do want to get more sleep, but the thing is, you could have a different type of day. So it depends upon the activities in the day. Sometimes you're feeling so energetic that you just don't feel like going to sleep. Like there'll be days when I'll get maybe coffee or like tea at night, and then my body just goes to like attentive mode, and I just can't go to sleep, even despite having all of my efforts to actually put myself to sleep. It just doesn't work. Sometimes it could also be the workout. Like workout for some people make them extremely tired and then they go to sleep instantly. For me, it works the opposite way sometimes. Like I just can't go to sleep after workout sometimes if I've done too much workout. Um, Rhythm. What does that even mean? Like in this sense. Dude, I think it's a type of workout sometimes. For me, it's the legs workout. If I'm going very hard on the legs, and it could be wrestling sometimes. Like the days I'm doing wrestling, like my body just gets hyper active, and I think your TRT levels automatically goes up when you're doing the legs workout. That's when your TRT goes up the most. And also when you're doing wrestling, you're doing a lot of legs because just defending the takedowns, it takes a lot of leg work. So I feel like it becomes very hard for me to actually go to sleep after that sometimes. The rhythm of a self, the cycle of days for all and life for self. So you're saying we need to learn about ourselves as like how much energy do we need to spend in the gym, and what pace do we normally what pace should we normally work on, and what time should we go to bed, like all of this, right? Just finding out the things about your body, like what does your body actually like, what does your body require, how many hours of sleep does your body require. I do understand that part actually. I think maybe this is something I need to do actually. I mean, I don't force sleep on myself now. There was a time when I would actually try to force it, like even though my body wouldn't be going to sleep, but I would try to force it, and that would actually be a waste of time because it just wouldn't work. So now I just like keep doing something until I'm fully tired, and then until the sleep is actually coming to get me. I'm gonna stay up, work out because the sleeping blood flow and the nutrition will be. eh, um. Yeah. So you're saying the sleeping blood flow and the nutrition is less. So after like a workout, that's why your body actually keeps you up. 7 to 8 hours is decent. I think this is ideal to be honest. I don't think I get it. I think for me average like 5 to 6 hours. Some days I might get even more, like way more, but on the weekend especially I do get a lot of sleep. But normal average days it's 5 to 6 hours, not 7 to 8 hours. 7 to 8 hours, you will see the difference in your activity as well. Like whatever you're doing, you're good doing work. If even if it's like office work, your reflexes will be faster. You'll be doing things in a better way. You'll be making less mistakes. Even if it's like let's say like a sport that you're playing, your performance will be much better. You would be able to see things in a better way. I just eat I just think eating super healthy and cutting out sugars is the main. Yeah, cutting out sugars. And guys who are fighting tomorrow in the main event, these guys are. I mean, most are Evloev. He doesn't even eat sugar. He said he wouldn't eat sugar until he's a champion. There's one guy spamming the chat. Pablo Rico is saying, "Look at this nerd, Gooner, 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 Gooner." Wow, damn. Okay, I find 3 hours extra of wake time for 3 hours of the gym, warm up, a cool down, and active recovery. I think this is probably the best thing to be honest. For me personally, I don't force 3 hours, but it just comes natural to me. Pablo, go search sea cans. What is that? Is that like a thing for the Gooners? Why you going on that video, bro? Why you going on that video, bro? What are you talking about, bro? What video are you talking about? If you're talking about any of the Megan Fox videos, or are you talking about any of the Sydney Sweeney videos, are you really gonna blame me? Pablo, are you really gonna blame me for that? Put all that energy in rescuing slaves and deslotting bosses. Oh my god. Guys, I am probably gonna get off the stream now because I am in UK right now and my time is oh my god, it's 2 o'clock. Shit, it's 2 o'clock. So I gotta go to sleep now. 2 o'clock, and I definitely be streaming. Like every day I'll be streaming. I might be discussing different topics though. Today I'm doing like MMA. I mean tomorrow, oh shit, tomorrow's UFC. Oh guys, I might be doing UFC live streaming. I might be doing UFC live streaming. I might be going through the fights while I'm watching the fights and doing the analysis. So if you guys do want to pop on, pop on, pop on. I'll be giving you a live analysis of the fights. Unless you're a sass mouth, then very fun. I think he is. I think he is. I think he is. Okay, guys. Have a good one. I'll probably get something to eat, and I'll see you guys tomorrow and every other day. Like every day. I wanna be more consistent. I wanna do the streams. The topics might be different. Like I might be doing something else. I might be talking about like political analysis or something. Post that analysis because I like it after. Okay, definitely we're gonna be doing that. Have a good one, bro. Smugglers. Take care of yourself, man. Everyone, same. David, Josh, man, these guys come on my stream and they're like, "What's your favorite curry? How many days since you have last shower and all of this?" But guys, funny, David, Josh, very funny, bro. Have a good one.